Welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday, and we are excited for you to join us on this Lunch with LeAnn. We have a very exciting guest today. Tammy Ray is here, coming live from retirement. So we're very excited to chat with you, Tammy Ray. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, LeAnn. It's great to see you.
Yeah. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is Lunch with LeAnn, and we really try to take what we feel are really important information nuggets and provide them to our community in short little snippets with those who are really passionate about them and knowledgeable. So today we're going to be talking with Tammy Ray, and she worked on a program called Idaho Home Choice. And we're going to get to that in just a minute, but because it's lunchtime, we always start Lunch with LeAnn with food. So, Tammy, I know you brought some amazing food. Can you share it with our viewers?
Yes, I have some delicious, let's see if you can see that, delicious sushi from
Oh,
Fred Meyer. And for grocery store sushi, it is delicious.
oh, that looks delicious. So, what is your sushi makeup? What's in there?
Well, this is a dragon roll and it's crunchy shrimp tempura. So there isn't anything raw in it today, but yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that though, because I do think there's a misnomer with people who haven't tried sushi that it's all raw, but there's lots of options with cooked like tempura, so it's fried and battered and so it's cooked. So
Yeah, and there's a lot of just vegetable options as well. So
yeah, and fun little sushi tip for those of you who are maybe trying thinking of exploring it. While there's seaweed paper, have you ever tried the soy paper, Tammy?
no, I have not. I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, so some restaurants have soy paper.
Oh, wow.
And so if your challenge is with the seaweed, as mine was when I was younger, I would give it a try. It's a great introduction.
Sounds good.
So Tammy, I today am having a garden little medley. So I have spaghetti squash in here that's hard to see, tomatoes from our garden, mushrooms also from Fred Meyer, um, and really some deep veggies. So some onions from my garden, and I've made this really good mix and topped it with some Parmesan cheese because cheese. So that's what we're having for lunch today. Really excited to have you guys join us while we talk a little bit. Tammy, can we talk about the program Idaho Home Choice, and maybe some of the viewers don't know the background or even what that program is? Can you share it?
Certainly, it is, even though I am retired, it's still my favorite program to talk about. The Idaho Home Choice program is Idaho's Money Follows the Person federal grant. And we received that grant through the Department of Health and Welfare in 2011. So I had been the director since the beginning, the inception of the grant, and actually wrote that grant as well. But it has been, we've literally changed people's lives with the program. It helps individuals leave institutionalized care and move back into the community. And it adds a couple of little benefits and supports. Um, they can get up to 72 hours with a certified transition manager to help them with that period of transition, as well as up to $2,000 of one-time transition services expenses. And those can be used for first month's rent, deposits, first month's utilities. They also can get $100 worth of groceries before their food stamps might kick in. We can buy furniture for them, dishes, set up their whole kitchen, their whole bathroom. It's just a really great program. And we had transitioned, I believe, 680 individuals since the beginning of the grant. And it's been the most rewarding program that I have ever worked in.
That's
It's
fantastic.
life changing.
It is life changing, and I appreciate the program. I think I get to see it firsthand because Link has transition managers that that can support someone in that transition, along with lots of different providers out there. And you really do see that impact. And you mentioned the grant. So first off, thank you and congratulations on that grant so long ago that you wrote and was awarded. And what happens after that grant? Does it run out, or if it runs out, is the program just going to go away?
Well, the grant will run through September 30th of next year for sure, of 2021. They were guaranteed, the Department of Health and Welfare was guaranteed that it would go until at least then. One of the requirements of the grant program is that we move towards sustainability with these two benefits. And we were successful in getting them sustained in our regular Medicaid book of business. We promulgated rules, we took it before the legislators, they approved it. And so now those two benefits will be available after the grant goes away. There is a little bit different eligibility requirements for those. And one of the things, we cannot pay for rent, utilities, or food because that's against the Medicaid federal law. With the grant, though, we have more flexibility. So most people still go on the grant, but the sustainable program is available right now as well. Some of the differences in the eligibility for the grant, they have to be in the institution 90 consecutive days over and above Medicare Part A stay. And they also have to be a resident of Idaho, qualify for Medicaid, and be willing to move to a qualified residence, which is just a safe and effective setting for them. And with the SUSTAIN program, the amount of time they have to be in an institution we cut that in half to 45 consecutive days. However, they have to qualify for both enhanced Medicaid and one of our waivers, our aged and disabled waiver or a developmental disabilities waiver. If they didn't, they would only get the 72 hours of transition management if they were just on the enhanced Medicaid. But if they do qualify for waivers, then they would also get the $2,000 expenses. And most individuals who are on enhanced Medicaid coming out of an institution meet those waiver programs. So it's great because we have reduced that amount of stay, length of stay, and that was really the biggest barrier for a lot of participants to take advantage of the Idaho Home Choice program. So.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And thank you so much for covering that eligibility. And as I mentioned when we kicked off Lunch with LeAnn, you're retired. So, I mean, we can't pick up the phone and call Tammy Ray necessarily, but how can people, who's now running the program, and how can people get more information if they have questions?
Well, the person running the program now, her name is Beth Altus, and she was the Idaho Home Choice coordinator for the program for the last 3 years, I believe. And so she is the acting director now, and they can call her directly to find out more information or to even just fill out an application. And you can call her direct number, which is 208-287-1172, and that's Beth Altus. Or they can also go and just Google Idaho Home Choice, and it's going to take them directly to the Idaho Home Choice page at the Department of Health and Welfare's website.
That's great. And for you guys, we will even do a bonus and save you a Google. So we'll put the link in the comments. But also, if you can't see that, I Googled it when I was researching to talk with Tammy today, and she really is very accurate on if you just type it in, it pops right up. So if you forget about it and it pops up in your head later, just turn to the Google. It's a great resource. So Tammy, we have a few minutes left, and one thing we want to show appreciation for you talking about this program, but we also this is a part of our 30-year ADA series. And so you're obviously passionate about this. You obviously have had a long commitment to our community here in Idaho. So tell me, what does the ADA mean to Tammy Ray?
Well, for one thing, the ADA made or Idaho Home Choice possible because it is based on the Olmsted decision. So without the ADA and the Olmsted decision, there would be no Idaho Home Choice. But to tell you the truth, really what opened my eyes about the ADA was having the wonderful fortune to be a bonus mom to a young woman named Molly Falls. And she used a wheelchair, and just seeing her family, you know, struggle every day to do the simplest of things with Molly. And she was very social and loved to go to breakfast, lunch, and dinner out at restaurants. And she loved to travel, and just, you know, the things you had to think about. Is there going to be accessible parking at breakfast? Is there going to be a curb cut? Are we going to be able to get Molly in her chair up over the curb? How are we going to get Molly to the beach? You know, just things that they struggled with just the simplest of things every single day. And, you know, we have come a long way, but we still have a long ways to go. And I still really would love to be an advocate for increased accessibility. You know, that was my main focus, was to help people achieve accessibility in the community. But now that I am retired, I do hope to continue to be an advocate for accessibility in the community, and, you know, just call attention to those things that still need improvement. And, you know, it's accessibility for everyone, you know, not just those with disabilities. It's accessibility for every person.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great vision for all of us to work towards. Thank you. So I see your button. Is that Molly on your shirt?
Yeah, that's my bonus daughter, Molly. Let's see if I'll show you another picture of Molly.
Molly.
Sweet girl, Molly. And yes, and I have the ADA shirt on today. And a group of friends and me will be going out and telling what the ADA means to us, and taking a picture and posting that to the website for the Hands Around the Capitol celebration.
Yeah, and I'm sporting the same shirt too. So we're looking good with these. We're really excited to see what you guys post. Also want to remind all of you that, you know, as a private citizen who's no longer full-time working in the community, Tammy's a great example of how we can all still stay involved in the movement, and not just in our conversations like this, but in wearing a shirt, bringing your community around, posting it, sharing those stories. One of my favorite things about these opportunities to meet with people is asking that question, what the ADA means to them, because the ADA is personal for so many of us. So appreciate you taking the time to take a picture and put it up and share it with your community. If you want to participate in that part of the campaign as well, we encourage you to reach out to the 30-year ADA committee. Either you can do it on Facebook, if that's where you're on here, with the Hands Around the Capitol Facebook page, but reach out to us. We'd love to involve you in this celebration of great work and this excitement to continue that great work. As Tammy so eloquently said, we've come a long way, but we have a long way to go. Yeah. So Tammy, we want to thank you for being here on Lunch with LeAnn. And if you have any final thoughts or any information or some recap of what you said, would love to just kind of end with that before we say ciao. Was there any information you wanted to special highlight here before we say ciao?
Well, just for everyone to remember that the Idaho Home Choice grant program is still going strong. Some people did think that it ended. They were going to end, but it was extended. And there is legislation to reauthorize the program for another full 5-year grant cycle. If that happens, I do believe Idaho will write for a new grant and add some additional things that will be helpful in helping people leave institutionalized care and move back into the community. So just, if anybody can benefit from Idaho Home Choice, just remember it is still available. And, we love referrals, and just, like I said, it's been life-changing for so many individuals. So it's really a great program.
That was perfect. I couldn't say it any better. So right now we have 12:15. I want to thank Lauren and again for coming and providing sign language interpretation for us. Tammy, thank you. Enjoy your sushi. I'm very excited for you. Thank you all for joining us. We will be live again next Wednesday. So until then, enjoy. Bon appetit. Ciao. We're signing off.
Thank
Thanks.
you.